Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Lori Carter, and on behalf of the pastors and our Board of Trustees, welcome to the Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building for our Sunday service. At this time, if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask. We also do not allow personal recordings of this or other services. We thank you for that. We now ask that you turn off your cell phone at this time. To begin our service, Angela Elgard will light 3 candles, symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Okay, we know it works. We practiced.
There we go.
Thank you. Please rise as you are able for the invocation. Infinite Spirit, I pray that today and the rest of our time on this earth plane and beyond be a time of spiritual renaissance and a period of enlightenment that will heighten values and help everyone realize their true purpose in life. I pray for peace of all that is and for love and light. Amen. Please be seated. Located in our bulletin are our Declaration of Principles. Please join with me in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith is the true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. The healing prayer is also in the bulletin. Please recite with me, Prayer for Spiritual Healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and the power of God. Now, for those of you who would wish to receive a spiritual healing, please go to the next available healer. Healers are sanitizing their hands after each healing. In case you have concerns, while the healers work, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation led by myself, Lori Carter. So clear your lap now and meld into your chair. Take a deep breath in and release. Another breath in and release. If you have not done so already, allow your eyelids to close softly. Breathe in the light of all that is, and exhale white golden light about you. Feel your body relax further, deeper into a state of oneness. Breathe in and release. My body is relaxed and receptive. Now breathe in and release. Become aware of the people here in the Andrew Jackson Davis building. Feel the vibrations of those around you. Know that we are all one, and we all affect the whole. Raise your vibration by thinking good thoughts, love, peace, joy for all that is. Breathe in love and exhale gratitude. I breathe freely without constraints. I am influenced by only positive thoughts and feelings. I breathe freely without constraints. I am influenced by only positive thoughts and feelings. I breathe freely without constraints. I am influenced by only positive thoughts and feelings. You now feel the energy coming from above. It is white healing light. It slowly inches its way down toward our crown chakras. As you drift further into peacefulness, feel the vibration of the oneness of all who are here today. A calmness washes across your being. I am in restful awareness in this spirit. I am spirit. I am in restful awareness in this spirit. I am spirit. I am in restful awareness in this spirit. I am spirit. And now take note of your physical being, scanning mentally of any areas of distraction. The energy of the healing white light slowly moves downward, touching in with those areas and lingering where it is needed. Feel the warmth as it heals. Breathe in and release. sit and rest in this healing white light. I will be quiet for a few moments. Now focus on your heart center, not just the physical heart, but the entire chest area. I have unconditional love for all that exists, all that I encounter from moment to moment. I have unconditional love for all that exists, all that I encounter from moment to moment. I have unconditional love for all that exists, all that I encounter from moment to moment. Feel the warmth of the white light as it heals your heart chakra, your relationships with others. Peace, peace, peace. The energy about us is vibrant. A loved one who has passed from this existence appears in front of you. You are pleased to see one another. You now have that conversation you always wanted to. I will be quiet again for a few moments. It is now time to say so long to your loved one. You embrace. Know that you can always bring them to you and speak with them any time that you want to. The white light continues to heal all that is. the oneness of this group, the oneness of the world. I give thanks for the divine restoration in my mind, body, and spirit. I give thanks for the divine restoration in my mind, body, and spirit. I give thanks for the divine restoration in my mind, body, and spirit. Now let's use some of our healing white light to heal all that is. Remain calm and relaxed. Slowly take a breath in and release some of that white healing light into the Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building. Another breath in and release it to Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp. Another breath in and release it to Volusia County. Another breath in and release it to the state of Florida. Another breath in and release it to the world. And finally, another breath in, releasing it to the universe. Again, know that we have this healing white light within us at any time that we call upon it. Send healing to the situations and the world on a daily basis. Know that you can always heal yourself with that healing white light as well. Take a breath in and release. Take another breath in and release, moving your extremities, your fingers and your feet, coming back into this existence. Another breath in and release, opening your eyes when you're ready. Thank you. We'd like to thank our healers today for sharing their gift of healing. We had Jackie Arnold, not to be confused with Julie. Jackie Arnold, Reverend Judy Cooper, and our guest healer today was Reverend Dawn Cassidy. Thank you so much. If you have received a healing resulting in a correction or improvement, please complete this yellow card, which can be found in the back on the table there, and give it to our pastor at the back of the temple, or you can even mail it in to us. All right, so here we are to the exciting part of our service. Our speaker today is the Reverend Dawn Cassidy, and she is a great helper here in this community of Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp. She comes out and helps us with gala days and with our Wednesday evening service, and she is such a blessing to us.
Thank you.
Reverend Dawn Cassidy is an ordained spiritualist minister, a certified Reiki master, hands-on energy healer, and universal light worker. She works clairvoyantly to help people with their walk on the earth plane. She assists people in understanding their soul's purpose and karmic lessons. Clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, is her ultimate passion, and she uses this gift to pierce the parallel vibration to touch in with spirit guides, guardian angels, and loved ones who have crossed over. I'm very excited to hear what she has to say, so please welcome the Reverend Dawn Cassidy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming and saying yes to Spirit. And congratulations in advance on your spiritual unfoldment, on your own journey. You know, with that, this is my spirit meter. So whenever I'm teaching or speaking or doing personal healing work and readings, I will get goosebumps everywhere. I just receive them. So that's a go. In my opinion, that spirit going, we're with you, go with us. And when I refer to spirit, I mean all that is. As Reverend Lori Carter said earlier, that thank you in advance for all that is. There is no limit. The only limit is there is none. The sky's not even the limit in spiritualism and our own personal journey or unfoldment. I like to say two things. One, the only guarantee is there is no guarantee. And the second part is there is no limit. Not even the sky's the limit. I recently came to that conclusion. And sometimes people think that being a spiritualist or being a spiritual person is easy peasy. Let's go eat some cake and ice cream and bonbons. Okay? It's quite the contrary in my own personal experience. Quite the contrary indeed. And what I mean by that statement is that with spiritualism or being a spiritualist or a spiritual embracing person, someone who thinks of a theology or even our own personal theology, or how do we feel? We come onto the planet Earth and we're sometimes in a very loud environment. They spank our butt and they tell us, hey, welcome to the world. And we're like, holy smoke, what just happened? Okay? From that moment on, I feel like we are very governed, in my humble opinion. All of this is my humble opinion and my take, okay? With that being said, you can take what you would like and what resonates with you and what kind of resonates with you, yes, and leave the rest. Anything that doesn't fit you, leave it at the side of the road or leave it here today. Anyway, we come into the world. Sometimes we're brought in, spanked on the bottom, told to get, moving. We are fitted into a family, and my humble belief is that we have chosen that family before arriving on the planet. And so each person in our lives, in my humble opinion, creates who we become, good, bad, or indifferent. Sometimes as humans or spiritual beings having a human experience, we look at situations that are feeling to us very extreme. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. But then if we go back to the basics of spiritualism and the energy or the involvement of that, we would understand that we picked our path for some reason, as messed up from the ground up as it may be. Like the disaster recently in Miami. It seems horrendous. And whatever the details are, we have to understand that for some reason that occurred. If it occurred, then I believe that it was spiritually aligned to occur. So all those souls on the other side, possibly, as horrendous as it may seem to us as humans or spiritual beings having a human experience, it may seem messed up from the floor up. How did that happen? Why did that happen? Well, I would like for you to take a moment and consider that before those souls, each individual one that had families, had relationships, it is horrendous. It's a terrible tragedy, in my humble opinion, but also that they came here with that contract or spiritual contract from the other side. So when we kind of contemplate that concept, whether that is part of our belief or not, it's just an opportunity to consider that possibly that was the case. And so with that, I want to talk to you about coming into the earth plane, and then you are born into a family. Maybe your grandmother raised you, maybe your grandfather, maybe your parents raised you, and you're also sometimes introduced to a certain religion or a certain way of life. You should do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't, society governs us. Okay, so for the first part of our life, give or take so many years for each one of us, we are governed. We are told how that we need to do things. We are parented in some way. And we are shown, this is the way. I don't know why you have to do it. Just do it. Okay? Some environments of parenting are more lax. Some are more strict. It just depends on our personal path. Each of us has a different experience. And there's so many examples to show that those diverse, unlimited personal experiences. And over looking just on my path alone, I realize the difference between myself and my experience, my brothers, my sisters, each sibling or each person involved in that relationship of family can really express a different experience. So no two siblings, over my research and my thought processes, spiritually have had the same exact experience. So my perception of a childhood might not be my brother's perception of his childhood. And it can be diversely different. But nonetheless, we honor how people feel. We honor and we love unconditionally. I heard several times thus far in the services today and in the adult lyceum, which is spiritual Sunday school, I heard unconditional love. That means love with no conditions. I will love you if. I will love you, but. That kind of thing. So each of us, with that being said, each of us has experienced our own walk on the earth plane. And it's so diversely different from each, like I said, family member, relative. Each one, from the outside looking in, your relatives may think that it was very tragic or neglectful or a myriad of different adjectives that we could use in this phrase. But in studying spirit from the time I was 17 years old to help me understand, now I wasn't there, okay, it took me a time till I was about 38, and that's just the beginning, to crack the code of why I was in the multitude of situations spiritually that I was in. I'll tell you a little snippet. At the age of 18 months, my brother and I were adopted at an older age from a family of 5 children. And 2 of us were adopted. That was my personal experiences. So I started looking at that aspect just from a intelligent spiritual view. And it came to my understanding later on in my life that my siblings that were not adopted had a whole different experience that was challenging at best. But in my observation spiritually, my experience was a totally different direction. My brother's experience that was adopted with me, his was a, different direction. We were spared some of the different aspects of my siblings that were not adopted. We were spared some of those attributes or challenges, I'll say. So then I started thinking, because I'm analytical, spiritually analytical, I want to know why, how, and why. So I started saying, why was my siblings' path completely different than my path? Thank goodness, on a lot of levels. Okay, so I want to get back to my thought that we all came into the earth. We were brought into a specific religion sometimes, not everyone. This is not a cookie cutter statement. Some of us had no foundation of belief systems whatsoever from early on. Some of us had rigid religious affiliation from early on since we were infant, and our family believed traditionally in a rigid type religion, and others might not have experienced any type of belief system. Maybe they wanted to wait till the child got older to create that for themselves. Sometimes you hear that expressed. Sometimes people need, what I understand, people being the soul, need that rigid upbringing. Sometimes they need that structured religion. They need to break because the Bible said this, or because somebody said this. I can reflect on my own personal experience going, I survived Catholic school. Yes, I did. I survived Catholic school, 8 years of Catholic school. Okay. And it's been my humble experience or my path that when you ask a question in the Catholic faith or religion or theology, they give you an answer, and it's out of a nice rigid little book, okay? And it's also, if you ask questions, sometimes you're not met with enthusiasm. Okay, I'll just say that. And that's just been my humble experience with Catholicism, is that if you ask something outside of the box, oh, well, that's kind of out of the box. I don't know. Refer to page 43 in the Catechism notebook. I have no idea. So I'm just going to leave that alone. One of my challenges on the earth plane that I notice is understanding and comprehending that we all have the right to believe or not believe in whatever we believe in or don't believe in. So as much as I would like people or understanding of my belief system for others to understand, comprehend my belief system, well, I have to do the same thing. I can't walk the walk and talk the talk without giving them homage and space to believe in whatever form of theology, or as you expect or have expectations on people understanding, comprehending what you carry in your belief system, or that you carry nothing. And that is just fine as well, as long as it's fine in your experience. I don't know how different people, I'm not to judge how you got to where you are on your spiritual path. That is not my call. What is my call is I really feel personal responsibility. Hello? personal responsibility for just allowing whatever belief you embrace or you believe in is the belief or theology that you carry. It's not my... In spiritualism, we do not solicit. We do not walk... This is not... We do not walk and ask people to join. We don't solicit. We allow you to learn in the classes that Cassadaga, not limited to Cassadaga, there are many over the U.S. and beyond. There's very many camps that are collective in teaching the same type of energy or spiritual work. There's many of them as a collective. But in Cassadaga, what I love, one of the many things that I love about Cassadaga, Florida, is that you're free to explore at your own pace and on your own journey. Spiritualism is a freedom. It's your connection with the divine source, Heavenly Father, the universal energy, and that's just to touch a few. There are no right connections and there are no wrong connections in spiritualism. It just is. Your belief is your right. And sometimes we're not clear on our beliefs. And that, guess what, is right as well. Because we're not at the end of our journey. If we're at the end of our journey, we have to say goodbye to the planet Earth and make our transition to the higher side of light. So if I always joke with people that, this is a spiritual joke, okay? So I always joke with people, like, they're like, well, I just don't know. I can't figure out, my path. I can't figure out how I complete my path. And I'm saying, thank goodness. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, well, I mean that if you're at the end of your journey, you're at the end of your journey. And it's time for you to make that transition to the other side of life. So I kind of like it having you around a little bit longer. So, if you could walk slower on your journey, it'd be great. I do feel that some people need that organized or structural religion to feel that they are supported, whatever that is for them. And so I made the personal decision in leaving the Catholic faith. But I also believe that everything that we experience from the time that we jump off the diving board on the other side, and our guides and our teachers are running after us and going, wait, and we dive into life, and we dive into the womb, and when we come into the planet, our guides are usually going, where'd she go? Oh, she's there already. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they're with us. Our guides and angels are with us originally. But as we choose things left and right on our journey, we have new guides. It's been my understanding that we have new guides. And if I choose to be a rocket scientist, guess what? I'm going to have someone like Albert Einstein or somebody like that that could come in as one of my new guides. We have, in my humble opinion, spiritually, we have certain guides. And then as we choose to become a doctor or a healer or a garbage man or a nurse or an office worker, those guides will be there to guide us through whatever phase of our journey we are on. And so I do definitely believe that. I decided to leave the Catholic religion behind over a series of times and experiences in my life. So you may decide to hang on to your religion or structural aspects of your life, or you may evolve and say, you know what, this is all wonderful, and I do believe it has a significant place in our foundation of our life. There is no coincidence, like I like to say. So the religion or the religious theology or the belief system or lack of that is a part of your continuing path. So basically, in English, what I'm offering to you today to consider is that each of us have a different roadmap. We can't stop in the 7-Eleven and ask for a map for our journey because it doesn't exist. Your experience is not going to be my experience. My experience is not going to be your experience. It is an experience. And at the end of the time that we work towards making our transition, then hopefully we can check as many boxes, and they're each different. My boxes are not your boxes. Whoa. Okay. Hi, Spirit.
I love it.
Okay. So in other words, I love it too. And I always love, first you have to rule out, like, is the lights, is it storming? Is the lights, but then you go to the spirit side of it and go, who is here? And I happen to know that there's many spirits here for each one of you today. The spiritualism is defined as a science of philosophy and religion, and type of a religion of continuous life on the other side. In other words, we believe it even at the end of our transition on this world. We go to a higher vibrational. It's like a 48 and a 78, record. This vibration is just a slower type of vibration than the other side. So, based on the demonstrated fact of communication by means of mediumship with those who have passed on and live in the spirit world, spiritualism is a science because it investigates, analyzes, and classifies facts and manifestations demonstrated from the spirit side of life. In other words, we never, as souls, generally, we never release just trying to find out the mystery of our path or the mystery of spirit or the mystery of our life. We will never give up that flag. We will carry that flag. And so how I believe today may not be how I believe tomorrow. My beliefs may shift. And what's more is I have that divine spiritual right to believe and kind of decipher what it is I believe. So we are brought into a theology sometimes, not always. Sometimes we're brought into a situation where there is no belief system. Whatever our beginning is, then we sometimes spend years trying to figure out what's me. I call it sorting my laundry. Okay? What do I truly believe since I've lived to be 21 years old, 24 years old? What is my belief? And what is someone else's that was brought in my path early on? And we start to seek. Spiritualism is seeking. Continually seeking. We may never end our journey seeking. And also, It's because spiritualism is a philosophy. Because of that, it studies the law of nature, natural law. We talk and teach a lot. Many of us teach natural law. This is from the National Spiritualist Association of Churches. So this tells us that we always study natural law. Natural law, just a little snip about natural law, it believes that everything is relative. All that is divine. In natural law, there are certain things like the energy you put out is the energy that comes back in all that you do on every level of vibration. And that this life that we're experiencing, spiritual beings having a human experience, is a vibration. Everything is a vibration. So what you put out, you create. We've talked many times about that today, and we will continue to talk about that in natural law. What you put out is what you create in your life path. If you believe that you are ill, that is going to be your experience, in my humble opinion. If we believe that we're well, or we believe that we're happy, that is also what we create. So also, in spiritualism, it's your own personal journey. You may have wonderful mentors. You may have spiritual teachers that are amazing in Cassadaga, amazing people. And we're all working towards the same goal, spiritually. But the bottom line is, there is no goal. It just is. Wherever you are on your spiritual path, good, bad, or indifferent, or amazing, I honor you. Thank you so very much.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's all right. We got it.
Dress me up, can't take me anywhere. Excuse me. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank
Lori.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for those wonderful words. I loved it. I have to say, though, I really believe that ice cream and bonbons are it. They help everything.
Yes, they have a significant part in our life path, too.
And so over back here, there's a prosperity basket, and our live stream viewers may visit our website, cassadaga.org, and click the donate button. We thank you in advance for your generosity, and the money that is collected is used for our buildings and keeping the camp running. I'd like to have a little prayer for that at this point. Infinite Spirit, we thank you for the blessings given today. Please assist with the organization and using these monies for our highest and best. We ask that the gifts given today be returned tenfold. Amen. Thank you again. Alrighty, so we are at announcements now. Next Wednesday, June 30th, our message bearer for our demonstration of spirit is Deb Jordan. Next Sunday, join us July 4th. The speaker for this service will be the Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates. And then every Sunday we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 to 10:15 here in the Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building. And the Reverend Dr. Lewis Gates will be here for that as well. To participate in absentee healing, please print the first name and the first initial of the last name of a loved one or even a pet in our healing book, which is at the back table. We also have one out in the Welcome Center. Every Thursday, a healing meditation circle is held from 11 a.m. until noon here in this building. Healing is sent to those on the absentee healing list. All are welcome. This service is, as well as Sunday Lyceum and Sunday service, are live streamed through our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Oh, I guess I forgot about that in our script. here I am at the entrance. We have our Sunday bulletin and our activity sheet. They look like this, I believe. Perhaps they might be changing for next month. But please pick those up and take them home with you so you can keep apprised as to what we're doing here. We do have a new member orientation today from 1 to 1:30 in the Welcome Center, just through those doors right by the flyers, and there's a couch and a little bit of furniture back there. You'll know you're there. One event that was to be held today was the House Blessing and Spiritual Space Cleansing, Rescue Mediumship, and Entity Release with Reverend Dickie Joe Mullen. It was to be here from 2 to 4. It is canceled, just so everyone is aware of that. We hope that she will bring that back soon. Alrighty, let's see here. So, at this time, we'd like to thank our live stream viewers. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to spending time with you again soon. Take care.